Guys, he literally just opened the contract like this and a fireball appeared. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today, we are going to discuss NXT. We are on the road to NXT Takeover 30, and a couple big things really took place on this episode. So if you want to hear all the main points coming out of NXT this week, stay tuned. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. So I am going to discuss 3 of the main stories coming out of NXT this week. This being the most important one, the one that kind of opened up the show. Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, their feud has really heated up, no pun intended if you know what is to follow. Karrion Kross had a match with Danny Burch this week after he took out Danny Burch backstage as part of the message he's trying to send to Keith Lee. And after he dispatched off Danny Burch with the cross jacket, Keith Lee, his music hit straight away and he came down to the ring with what seemed to be the contract for the NXT title match at Takeover 30. He said everything has been approved by GM William Regal and all that is now needed is Karrion Kross's signature. He left the contract on the floor of the ring and Scarlett came and picked it up and gave it to Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross never took his eyes off Keith Lee for a moment here and signed the contract without even looking at it. Literally signed his name on the dotted line whilst looking at Keith Lee. Just before Scarlett returned the contract to Keith Lee, she gave it a kiss of death if you wish, and slid it back into the ring. Keith Lee picked up the contract, and as he went to maybe open it just to make sure everything was above board, that Karrion Kross really did sign it, a fireball appeared from within the contract into Keith Lee's eyes and he was like temporarily blinded. Guys, he literally just opened the contract like this and a fireball appeared. It was absolutely crazy. Some may call it a bit hokey, but I guess that is the whole Karrion Kross kind of packaging. It doesn't surprise me that they did something like that. And to be fair, I think it adds some real intrigue to this feud. So like I say, Keith Lee temporarily blinded. He was now being helped by referees and the paramedics had come to the ring at this point, trying to like cool down his eyes. I'm guessing what they were putting over his face was like maybe a wet towel or something like that. He was yelling out he wants Karrion, he's ready to go right now, but you know, he is actually still in pain. And they walked him at this point to the backstage area, got him into an ambulance eventually and took him off to the local medical facility, as they say. So it looks like we've got the match, NXT title match at Takeover. It's gonna be Keith Lee, Karrion Kross. Again, I'm quite worried that, you know, they've built up Karrion Kross so strong. If he is going to win at Takeover, this is what, a 1 month reign for Keith Lee. I think a lot more will be achieved if Keith Lee finds a way now to overcome Karrion Kross and it really starts building the legacy of Keith Lee. And I think there'll be more in it if Karrion Kross then goes on a complete rampage, taking out people. He circles back around to Keith Lee and then maybe beats him for it then. But right now, I think Keith Lee needs to avenge everything that they've done to him through Dijakovic, now with the fireball. And if Keith Lee gets a big win at Takeover 30, that will be really good for him as his status as the champion. And like I say, Karrion Kross we know is going to be a star. He can take out everybody on the roster, come back to Keith Lee, and then pick up the NXT Championship. Guys, before we get onto the other key segments of today's episode, if you are enjoying the review, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button and leave a like. I thoroughly appreciate it and it does great things for the channel. WrestleManiac UK, like up the ting. After Undisputed Era came out and disrupted a match between Drake Maverick and Killian Dane, they literally kicked the crap out of these two and dispatched them in the middle of their match. Adam Cole took to the mic and he basically called out Pat McAfee, saying that you think you're a big man because you punk kicked me when I wasn't looking, when my hands were behind my back. And he went on to basically tell him a match against him at Takeover is not a good idea for Pat McAfee. Now we know that Pat McAfee has already accepted this challenge and that we are going to get Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee at Takeover 30. I guess this storyline is going to change Adam Cole a bit because it's going to make him into a bit of a face character. We all love Adam Cole regardless, but it's going to kind of make him officially a face character, while Pat McAfee has done quite a lot of damage to his reputation in that aspect, and he's gone to the heel spectrum of things. You know, this has gone past Adam Cole. He's actually offending and making a lot of jokes about NXT right now on social media and different places. So he is really playing the heel in this feud. I would expect Adam Cole to get a win here. I would also expect it to be a relatively quick win. I don't expect Pat McAfee to be able to hang at all with Adam Cole. We know, you know, he shouldn't be able to, but it depends how they play it out here. But either way, I think Adam Cole picks up the win at Takeover. Last but not least, we had the Velveteen Dream return to NXT. We haven't seen him since his NXT Championship match against Adam Cole back in June when they had that cinematic match in the parking lot. Obviously, since then, Velveteen Dream has had those scandals against him from the speaking out movement. He's also had a car crash, so maybe he's just been taking some time out before he now made his return to NXT. And he was involved in the qualifying matches for the North American Championship match that's going to take place at Takeover 30. He was up against Kushida and Cameron Grimes, and although he wasn't pinned, he was unsuccessful in this first instance. Cameron Grimes got the win over Kushida, so Velveteen Dream will be going through to those qualifying matches next week to see if he can use his last chance opportunity to get into the North American title match. However, after the match, he took out his rage of not qualifying first time on Kushida, beating him up, super kicks. I think this is Velveteen Dream turning back into a heel, which I think is where he done a lot of his best work. Again, another character like Adam Cole, where heel or face, we all love them, they do great stuff. But yeah, I think he was always better as a heel when he established that Velveteen Dream character at first a couple years ago. So it's going to be really interesting what he does from now. And he is in a qualifying match for this North American title against Finn Balor next week. Finn Balor met him in the ring after he was finishing off Kushida, finished posing, turned around, and Finn Balor was right behind him with the gun fingers. So I think that's going to be a really interesting match. I think they teased the match a couple months ago. I can't even remember if they actually had it, but now we are getting Finn Balor versus Velveteen Dream next week. Guys, comment down below who you think is going to qualify for the North American Championship match for Takeover. Is it going to be Velveteen Dream or maybe Finn Balor? Let me know down below in the comments. So guys, that was my review of NXT. I just wanted to keep it short and sweet and get to the main points today. Takeover is building up nicely. We are getting all the big championship matches, and keep a lookout. I am going to possibly be doing NXT Takeover 30 predictions. Might have a collab for you guys, might not. We have to tune in and see, but we are going to be looking into NXT predictions in the next couple of days, so make sure you tune in for that. Guys, if you enjoyed the review today, please make sure you leave a thumbs up, leave us a like, and if you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.